We'll be doing the off season. It's gonna be for the YouTube for our Blue Jays franchise. Gonna hoping everything is set up. Hoping. No, it's not. I do have to fix it. Kinda sucks. But hey, it is what it is. So yeah, the Blue Jays. What are we going to do here? I think it's going to be one of what we have to do to get over the hump. I did figure out how to at least get the DH for pitcher. So at least those guys aren't off the books. AKA Shohei Ohtani, which ooh, that's going to be so much fun. I don't like doing what I did in the A's franchise. You guys haven't seen it yet, but I don't want to kind of do the same thing. But this is going to be fun. One thing that we're going to kind of follow also is how we're going to deal with some of the issues we've had on this team. Hitting has been fantastic. We're going to go through, I don't think we can go through the stats, but at least we can go through a lot of the stuff in this, which would be nice. So yeah, go ahead and get yourself a drink. I'm going to get some coffee, and we will hop right into this. So, be right back. All right, we're definitely ready to get this show on the road. It'll be a very not a really big contentious off season. It is only year one, But I think we're going to have an off season that is at least going to make some sense. At least from a standpoint of what we have to do. What I want to do right quick is put some YouTube background music on. And then we will be doing a kind of a breakdown type deal for the franchise. There we go. Okay. So getting into our Blue Jays franchise here. We're going to be only streaming on YouTube right now, so YouTube exclusive 100%. We will also be doing a shortened off-season portion. So the statistics for our team. Okay, we can look at it right now. We are on a playoff team, I think. No, we can look at it regardless. Okay, cool. So what we have here, Kyle Schwarber coming in playing 152 games. We got him about a week or two into the season, and he played fantastic. And I think he's going to end up being our mainstay catcher at this point. I don't feel confident that McGuire can do it. And I think Kirk, in some reserve time, can grow into something. So that really puts him out on the whim. And I really want to have Roddy Tells bat some DH. The guy has some power. The guy has some good things going for him. So I'll have that. Also, what we do with Gruchek might be something that we have to decide on. So we do have that. McGuire is only a first baseman. Guerrero's first and third. And we don't have a third baseman with Brendan Rodgers. He did get injured, but I think Brendan Rodgers could be something good. George Springer, I mean, after the year that he had, 135, played 135 games, 39 home runs, and 104 RBIs. I mean, we have to bring it back. At 281, just fantastic. The guy that's really out on this is more so Marcus Semien, which I think we actually traded. But I think bringing back, we will bring back George Springer. I thought we might have some idea of trading him, but he's going to be a mainstay on this team. When it comes to the outfield is kind of what we're a little bit behind. Gurriel, Hernandez, and Springer are our outfielders. We already have our infield. Brendan Rodgers at third, Guerrero at first, Biggio at second, Bichette at short. And then Schwarber becomes the catcher. Well, what do we do with Randall Gruchek? That's the biggest thing. Could be some trade opportunity here. 29 years old. I like the other ones better, 27 and 28. So maybe Gruchek's on there. Roddy Tells only plays first, but I think he'll be seeing some DH spots for us. Jansen is also the odd man out here, so maybe Jansen, McGuire, dealt. Santiago, I mean, reserve guy. Kirk. And we have Marino up here. I think Marino's going to be down at AAA to start the season, and Kirk will be up at the majors. Only was in 12 games, had 9 hits, 8 runs, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, at 243. I mean, the one that makes me concerning is Danny Jensen, who batted only 210. Gruchek, who only batted 217. McGuire only 209. I mean, those aren't great numbers. Brendan Rodgers, 215. But, I mean, he's an up-and-comer at this point. And I do like the fact that he's a good fielder playing third. But we had some good stuff. Vladimir Guerrero almost had the actual award for Alek Manoah is the Rookie of the Year. Schwarber is the Gold Glove out on the left. The Bitchette is down there. Springer, the batting title. So he was beat out by Yohan Moncada and Miles Straw. So that is one thing there. Let's advance the days. Kind of see where we're going. So Cincinnati beats San Diego to play the Dodgers. On the other side, Boston beats the Twins. Play Houston. Here we go here. Dodgers take game 1, so do the Mets over the Cubs. Mets take game 2, and it's tied in LA. The Yanks over the White Sox, and the Red Sox take 2-game lead over Houston. The Mets sweep the Cubs in the NLDS. Dodgers trying to win it. Boston sweeps Houston. That is something I did not think would happen. And the Dodgers go over Cincinnati 3-1. The other side, the White Sox beat the Yanks to go to the ALCS. The Dodgers take game 1. White Sox take game 1. Evened up in both series. Dodgers take a 3-1 lead. And the White Sox will be going to the World Series, going up against the Dodgers. I think this could happen in real life. I don't know about the Dodgers, but the White Sox, their pitching staff is playing fantastic in real life. 2 of the best ERAs in baseball. As the White Sox tie it up. They take a lead. They go to 3. Can they win it? The Dodgers are on the ropes, and the White Sox defeat the Dodgers. That's a good one. I could see this happening, but I would probably more so see them facing off against maybe San Diego or I don't know. Maybe the Dodgers are up there. Okay, all postseason stats will be cleared. I do want to see what the awards are here for the postseason. So Yohan Moncada gets the World Series MVP. Postseason MVP goes to Adam Eaton. Over in the National League goes to Chris Taylor as the postseason MVP. There is your World Series. I have 5 days to negotiate with contracts. Okay. 9.3 is the $1 million view retired players. So we got a couple. We have a lot actually. No one that's... He was an F potential. Wow. So no one crazy. Going through, let's see if there's any big retirements. There's Luis Martinez, Ney Rivera, Junior Guerrera, Kurt Suzuki, wow, Zach Johnson. Or Zach Jackson, I mean. Wow. That's something. We traded him in our athletics, and he became a pretty good player. Matt Schaefer. Jake Arrieta retires at 36. Yadier Molina retires at 39. So is Adam Wainwright at 40. Stephen Voigt. Greg Collier. John Yamaguchi. Steve Abbott. See if there's anyone in the free agent pool that wasn't picked up. That's a big. There's Logan Forsythe, Gio Gonzalez, Justin Graham, Mike Leake, Jeff Shamarja. So that'll be it. Let's see. No one is inducted in the Hall of Fame. Okay, that's unbelievable. Kurt Suzuki should be in there. The guy was an absolute monster. But no one is in here. Pujols didn't retire, so that's probably why. So staff. We're going to keep the same staff, I think. We might clean house. I like our farm director, and I like our third base coach. We're going to clean house. No, we're not. We're going to keep the same staff. Not going to rebrand the team. We got exclusive free agents to worry about. Cam Bedrosian, that's a no. Steven Matz, that's a no. Kyle Chatwood, that's a no. David Phelps, that's a no. I think we do have to sign Kyle Schwarber, though. We have no one to give qualifying offers to, and I like this one for Schwarber. This is a good contract. Let's front load it in case we do trade him. We're not going to give that to Steven Matz. He's not going to get okay. Javier Baez is out here. Noah Syndergaard. See the big names here. Roberto Osuna. Corey Seager. We got some good names out here. Okay, so who? So Zach Logue is Rule 5 eligible. So is Joey Murray. Wait, what? He's a starting pitcher. Is he not? Joey Murray. 71. He's not going to be up to majors. So I don't think pulling him up is smart. So I think we'll be fine. Trent Thornton is probably going to be dealt this offseason. We're going to revamp this entire thing. Harrington, though, he's going to be up here sooner rather than later. So let's put him on the 40-man roster. Lincoln, he's about 26th. Okay, so salary, arbitration. Of course, Glasnow is good arbitration for 2 more years. He played decent for us. We're just going to offer him arbitration. Give him another $500,000. Trent Thornton. Let's give him an arbitration offer. We're going to end up dealing him anyway. Barucki, at 28 years old, 5.74 ERA. Not great. Had 13 holds though, so at least that's something. His whip is just no. Danny Jensen, the catcher. I mean, he goes into arbitration. There's nothing that he's a cheap deal. Vlad, 100%. Same thing with Roddy Tells. Cavan Biggo. That's one thing that's great. All of our stars that we're taking into the franchise are arbitration eligible, which do help down to keep help costs. There's that. Tendering contracts. So Alek Manoah, obviously we are going to give him going to arbitration. Woods Richardson, he's going to be up at the rotation. Zach Logue. Joey Murray. Pearson could be as well. Nope. Ardino. Patrick Murphy wants a huge deal. I'm not going to give him that. Not going to give him that. Logan Allen. I think Logan Allen. I'll give you that deal. And Stupek. I'll give him the deal because it's not much. Relief pitchers. Obviously Romano. We're going to give him that. We're going to redo a lot of this bullpen. That's for sure. Bodnick might be something. Closing pitcher. Obviously, we're going to re-sign Prosh. We're going to front load this contract. Give him a 3-year deal. 5.5. Saul Dwyer. For 5 years, that's a cheap contract. Willard, give him that. Joey Harrington. Of course, we're going to re-sign him. Polito's going to be the odd man out. We're gonna do a football move here. We're gonna sign him. And probably deal him. Haston, let's re-sign Haston. Nope. We're gonna go a different direction there. I'm gonna go a complete different direction entirely on this entire side at second. Brendan Rodgers, obviously we have to sign him. Geraldo. These guys are young guys, so that's why I'm signing them. Wait, what? Oh, Bitchette goes into 1 year before he goes into arbitration. That's weird. He'd be a good reserve guy if we need him. Our field. I think I'm not sure about Davis. Forest Wall. Right field. Okay, so there's all of our offers. Now we go into free agency. Now, for our rookies, who were the ones that we added? Did we add a couple guys? Oh, sorry. Here we go. So Avery was one of them. Remember that? He's gonna need some work. William Brooks gonna need some work as well. Martinez. Okay. Francisco Santiago. I mean, Peter Kobayashi. I think there's a guy who can play some good reserve. I think it's his time to come up as well. Vodnik was a guy that we drafted as well. So I think we have some good guys coming up, which helps a lot. Logan Allen isn't ready. Alec Manoah is at the MLB level. We got a lot of young talent. Harrington's going to need a couple more years. Willard probably needs one more year. Murray probably needs a couple. Zach Lowe probably needs a couple. So if that is the case, when do we go into this season? So looking at it, rotation is Glasnow, Manoah, and unknown. Woods Richardson. We're not going to go crazy. Freddie Freeman. Noah Syndergaard got the qualifying offer, so he's out. I don't want to go with anyone that's getting a qualified offer. Javi Baez. We got him in the, you guys don't know that yet, Oakland franchise in the offseason. I'm not going to go there. Conforto. Scherzer got the qualifying offer. Okay. Roberto Osuna. Let's get this by position. Okay, we have to We're gonna have to do this from within. Yep, that's what it comes down to. Bullpen. I mean, do we go with the best bullpen arm out here? Doolittle wants $6 million. We got some talent down here we can develop, at least. Maybe. In a bullpen. There's that, but as of making this team better, Hunter didn't pitch, neither did Strope. Soria looked good. Greg Holland, but we're starting to get into the bottom of the barrel. Hunter didn't play last year, which is concerning, at least for me. Brad Hand was a big save guy. Roberto Osuna, a 5-year, $45 million. That's a $15 million deal. I'm not paying that. I am not paying that. Okay, so is there anyone we can develop? No. I'm not paying this for a catcher. Freddie Freeman gets a qualifying offer, but after that, it kind of falls off at first. There's Zimmerman down here. Carcione. Pujols is down here. Yeah, there's no one that we can come down here and develop. Okay, at second, it's Villar, Chris Taylor, D. Gordon is in here, Kipnis, Josh Harrison. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that drums up any confidence here. At third, it's Kyle Seager. That's the big name. I don't see anything either. At short, Francisco Lindor, Carlos Correa, Corey Seager. Yeah, they're that contract, dude. Carlos Correa is Jesus. Alderton Simmons, 32 years old. Marcus Semien, Jose Iglesias. I mean, I feel like we make a move. It's Baez who plays third. That's one that doesn't break the bank. But Seager, that's going to break the bank. All right, McCutchen. Cespedes. The idea might be to make some trades. McCutchen is a guy that can come in and play some reserve ball. But 160 games, 311, 70 RBIs, 22 home runs. I mean, this is a good. It's a low-key good signing there. Jackie Bradley Jr., Mark Canha. Mark Canha is a guy that I gotta make this offer. 4 years. Let's go front-loaded on this. I do like that one. Yeah, I do like Alderton Simmons. That is low key. That is a low key. Whoops. That would be a low key signing. Nelson Cruz, we did this in our A's franchise. The guy even at 41 batting in a DH role for a year or two. This is a big one. Remember Gregory Polanco killing the Cubs, the Pirates. So this is what we have right now. Doolittle, Soria, Canha, and some prospects to really develop, particularly pitching prospects. We've signed Schwarber, Peter Kobayashi, who was our... this is one of the guys that we drafted, I think. Drug bats. Yes. So here is our rookie class. Awesome. So with Peter Kobayashi, is he ready to play? Yeah, Braves had a pretty good team over the years, especially now. Should we put him in the fire? I think Peter Kobayashi could play, but I want to see what he can do. This is the one that is intriguing. Oh, he's deep potential, but I don't know. I do not know what... I don't know what that... Ryan Avery could be good as well, but he starts at Double-A. Tahito Yamashita starts at Double-A. Oh, I did forget to do that in a way. I know I changed some potential of some players who were big around the league. So I don't want to make any offers for qualifying. The guys have been qualified. I don't want to give up a first or a second round pick. I think it's a second round pick. I don't think you can technically give up your first round, but I could be wrong. I mean, he didn't play all that great last year, though. Besides, his ERA was fantastic, but I guess the Mets didn't give him run support. I just come back to Baez every single time. Baez play third. He could play center. I would like a better ace. We've went to Corey Kluber route before in our ace franchise. I don't want to repeat that mistake. Scherzer, Goodall. Oh, that's still a qualifying offer. I don't want to give up that. The question is, should we compete with Hand? I don't think Washington did all that great. But I don't think he did fantastic either. Yeah, his walks are close to 3. You know what? We are gonna make a couple low-key signings. So I am gonna go with Alderaan Simmons. Low-key signing, guy can play in the infield. We need some reserve guys because I think our younger guys are gonna be down at the minors a lot. So we're not gonna have anyone that we're gonna move up. We'll give him a $12 million deal for 2 years, front-loaded. And we'll see what we have here. We need to, with Brendan Rodgers going out, that's a bit of a thing. So if I were to do this, let's see how it shapes up. Kirk is the guy up. Moreno is at AAA. These two are the odd men out, which will likely be traded. Schwarber becomes our everyday catcher, with Kirk being the reserve. Vlad is at first. Tells is batting DH. Biggio is here. Espinal is off. And that would be a yes. So let's pull that contract. Oh, we never gave him a contract. Okay, that's even better. So second, it becomes Biggio, and we don't have a reserve. Kobayashi is going to be at AAA. So we have that. Brendan Rodgers is a reserve at third, with Baez behind him. Geraldo is a guy that can play anywhere inside, and so can Rodgers. So Rodgers becomes the death guy in the infield, and Baez plays third. Bitchette stays at short. Actually, we're going to flip that. Bitchette is going to play third. We'll have Baez at his natural shortstop position, at least in my mind. Baez is like that. So we will make a bid for Baez. The outfield, Schwarber is going to be our catcher with reserve in the outfield. Hernandez, we're going to flip him to another outfield, so at least it makes sense. Uriel's there. Springer stays in the middle. Gruchek is the odd man out, which he's trade bait at this point. Okay, and so we go with that. That gives us no reserves, though. Yes, it does. Because that goes with the fact that we have Simmons, a reserve guy in, bullpen arms. Canna is another reserve. They can come in and play a lot, and we go Baez. Okay. My head, this is going to work. If we need to put Brendan Rodgers down, we'll put Brendan Rodgers down. Okay. We're going to make a bid for Baez. Front loaded. Let's give him a player option. 5 years. Let's go $45 million. Actually, let's overpay a little bit. Let's give him $10 million a year. This isn't our Oakland A's franchise. We don't have Moneyball here. And I think, honestly, giving a $10 million deal is good. Okay, so we have that. One thing I also want to do is I don't like this contract for this much. Whip is 1.14 though. And he got better in walks. It just didn't translate to wins. Not because of his ERA, but mostly because we just could not hit the ball in some spots. So it's not like he pitched great. Manoa's going to be up here. Glasnow came with us with the Rays. He had a very bad record when he came over, and we traded him at the All-Star break, so he played better. At 13 quality starts. Walks need to go down. Strikeouts need to go up. How many quality starts did our boy get? 15. That's exactly what I'm looking for. 13 quality starts should translate to 13 wins. Same thing here. Had 15 should translate to wins, so we're going to keep him in. Manoah, in his first year as a rookie, 11-11. 160 innings. His whip needs to come down. 11 quality starts. His walks need to come down. We'll see how it is. So Thornton is the odd man out. Maybe we don't bring up Woods Richardson. No, he's not technically signed to a contract. Either is he. Bruchek is. Let's see. Robinson, Cano. We can get Marcus Stroman. How did Stroman do last season? Oh, God. He did not as good as 2019. And Stroman was on Toronto. That is... Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That is a possibility with Stroman. Looking for pitching. Chase Anderson, not big on him, honestly. Or bullpen arms. Okay, so that's all you're going to give me there. Give me all. Pitcher develop? No. Another pitcher develop? No. Gonsalves? Don't want someone else that I have to develop long term. The World Series winning White Sox. That's a no. I mean, honestly, where does Cano fit in all of this? You know what? Let's go ahead and see what we get, and we can make a trade. Let's go a couple of days. Javi Baez comes to play for the Blue Jays, but yeah, we gave him a huge contract. Christian Vasquez goes to the Cubs. Catcher. Getting reserved behind Contreras. So we did get Soria. Brad Hand goes to the Indians. Michael Conforto to the A's. Okay, that's a good signing. Roberto Perez. Yeah, Sean Murph. I don't know about him. Roberto assumed goes to the Royals. At least it's not in our division. Corey Kluber to the Athletics. Looks like the Snyder Guard is in our division. Ouch. That is gonna... That hurts. We re-signed Harrington. We got Doolittle. Stupek re-signed. We got Mark Canha. Alderaan Simmons. McGuire did re-sign as well. Did our other catcher resign? Kirk resigned. We wanted that anyway. Okay. Now can we come in and make this trade? Felix Hernandez. That's a no. Within our division, a catcher. We don't need another catcher. Richards, no. Although Kiki Hernandez, that is intriguing. Chris Archer. The Rays want to offload Chris Archer on us. Dylan Cease. No. I love Dylan Cease, but we've already went that path. Jace Vines. That's intriguing. With Vines. Pedro Baez. We get another bullpen arm. I'm sorry. We gotta take it. 100%. Some guys are just gonna be in both franchises. And I want to have fun. And I want to see if we can get Shohei Ohtani in the Hall of Fame as well. I'm sorry. We got to make this trade. 100%. We have to. That complicates our roster even more, too. Oh, well. I have to. That's... Okay, Rule 5 draft. I'm not worried about losing Joey Murray. It's not a guy that we drafted. We have a lot of pitching prospects, and I don't think I need to put him on the 40-man roster. I don't think we need Palcitos. I don't think we need Hatch. And we don't need... That's what we'll go with right now. Okay, so we have... You guys are Correa, Michael the Angels. That's a big contract. Scherzer to Philly. So we did something with our rotation. Nah, I think it's time. I think it's 100% time. I don't want to kind of mess up his... I don't want to mess up his confidence. And we really liked how Zach Lowe looked at AAA. But I don't want to mess up either of their confidence. So, if I were to make a signing, he did not get the qualifying offer. We have the budget. It's a 1-year deal. Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to play with Max Scherzer. And he'll be our ace. Because Shohei Ohtani can't be. I'll tell you why. Okay. 97 on our roster. And we have to figure out what to do here. Josh Batista. Not a guy that we're looking at. Same thing with O. Need to get down to 93. Hager. Rivera. Is there a couple other ones? Salcedo. I know he's an all-star, but still. Benitez. Fields couldn't even see straight, even if we wanted him to. I'm think Cole won't be on the roster after arbitration, so it won't matter. Okay, Twins. They want Peter Kobayashi. That's a no, Ghost Rider. We just drafted him. Why would I give you that? We get Max Scherzer. Let's go. Okay, we have too many on our 40-man roster. 40-man roster. Wrong way. I mean, AJ Cole's not going to be on here anyway after tomorrow. Okay, free agency. Don't see anyone else out there. Okay, so that's going to be... Brandon Lowe gets dealt to the Cubs in exchange for Alec Mills and Jason Hayward. Ooh, okay. Getting better. Cubs needed someone to replace Javi Baez, so it makes sense. They gave Chris Bryant that big contract. Corey Seager going to the Diamondbacks. Carlos Correa to the Diamondbacks. Ooh. That is a crazy tandem there. Josh Donaldson is dealt to the Nationals. The Twins get Seth Romero, KJ Harrison, and Humberto Murillo. I can't tell if that is a straight contract dump or if that is they need more prospects, because those are pretty good prospects. Murillo is probably a guy that's the best prospect out of them, with Harrison at 24 and Romero at 25. Romero is probably not going to see the majors. If not, maybe a bullpen arm, but I don't know. That looks like a contract dump to me with $23 million a year. Okay, Rule 5 draft. We're not going to pick anyone. Joey Murray does leave our team. He does go to the Indians. So we do see that. Ooh. 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 Starting pitcher? He will have to be on our roster. And Jace Vines? I mean, honestly, who's the better pick? That puts Schwarzer, Glasnow, Ohtani. Here's really our 5 right here. Woods Richardson stays down at AAA to get more confidence. And we have JC. Oh, no, because I would like to have. Why do you do this to me? Another bullpen on. Nick Goody. Okay, this is a good one as well. Dominguez is in here. We're not going to make a play for him. Approach Soria is a bullpen guy. So it becomes Pro Soria, Dyer. Pro Soria, Dyer, Doolittle. Maybe Nick Goody. And that's our bullpen. See if there's anyone else that's intriguing on here. There's Robinson Cano. They tried to trade to me. Yeah, that's broken. He shouldn't be there. There's still some weird stuff with roster updates, things like that. If I were to do something, it becomes JC. Oh, he could be a bullpen arm now. We have 5. We don't have a long relief guy. Let's look at this. So his hits per 9 is not great, but the rest of them are in the 60s. Four seam, change up fastball, 2 seam. We're gonna pick up JC Clowney. Or Clooney. And he's gonna be our long relief guy. We do need one in the bullpen. And we are gonna skip selection from here. I don't think Thornton started 22 games and did not look good. Let's go to arbitration. Whit Merrifield dealt to the Giants. The Royals get Jake McGee and Caleb Barngar. I mean, not sure what's going on there. That's a head scratcher. Okay, so at this point, let's make a trade. Thornton. Oh, I had to wait until the arbitration hearing. Okay. We need to get under the budget at this point, which is why we have to make this trade. Justin Upton, this is what's killing us. We need to dump this. Alameda. They don't want a contract dump. We're going to dump his contract as well. Who can handle it? Probably the Red Sox. It's still a massive contract. Do I want Severino? Not really. Don't want to bray you. That is broken. Here we go. This is a good one. We get a shortstop. Zimmer maybe is at the majors. But Jansen is dealt to the Indians. Thornton and Upton, we get rid of that contract. Let's do it. Third and right. Okay, so I'm gonna mess with our roster a little bit. Okay. Dwyer is going to be a relief pitcher. Willard's going to be here. Amaya, we're going to develop. Soria's days of playing the save man is likely done and over with. And honestly, probably Prosh as well. But he pitched fantastic. Yeah, Soria's days as being a closing pitcher are done. To my mind. Okay. That's good there. Kirk, Marino, we need to go over to Schwarber. Edit him. Catching outfield. So we don't have any weird stuff. Marino's going to be sent down. So that is what? I need 2 more catchers. For AAA. I'll do that. Triple and double A. I'll do that on my own. On my own time. Same thing here. Second, Kobayashi is going to be at AAA. Yamashita is going to be at AAA. Grimmer's going to come here. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to put Bo at third. So Bo's going to play third. Biggio's got second. Simmons is a reserve guy. Can play all the positions but first. We have a couple guys that can play first, I think. Yeah, Biggio can play the entire infield essentially, and most of the outfield. Rogers can play all the infield. Simmons. Yeah, let's keep him in left. We're going to put Hernandez in right, I think. 68, 66. Yeah, we're going to put Hernandez in right. The Gurriel, Springer's center, Bradley Zimmer, reserve guy. Mark Hanna, also reserve guy. And Hernandez. So let's go to spring training. Okay, so we have spring training. Let's get this kind of how our rotation is going to go. So Ohtani can't be one, otherwise he cannot be DH. So that's one thing to remember. Scherzer is going to come in here. So Scherzer is the ace. Ohtani has to be 2 so he can be DH. That's how we're going to do that. Ohtani's up here. Duly approach. Okay, I like this bullpen. This is great. We're going to go lineups. So Bitchette is playing short. Let's know. Where's the man, the myth, the legend? Ohtani is playing DH. Just because we have to have him play DH. Catcher is going to be Schwarber. Third base is not going to be Gurriel. Who's playing left? Okay, Gurriel's playing left. Where is... What? Am I missing him? Baez. Baez is playing short. Okay, so Bitchette, Biggio, Guerrero. Ohtani. With Baez batting 5th. With Springer, man. Springer did work last year. Let's move Biggio at 6. Let's put Springer at 2. Okay. Schwarber's here. Left is Gurriel. Baez is at short. Springer's at center. Okay. I'll fix that. Catcher, Schwarber's DH. Ohtani is DH. Baez can play center, which is hilarious. Springer is center. Baez is playing short. Gurriel is in left. No. Yes. What am I doing? Yeah. Okay, and then Baez comes in. It's going to be Schwarber here. Baez plays short. Springer, right. Okay. So Ohtani bats 4th. Springer bats 2nd. Vlad's 3rd. Baez is right here. Biggio bats 6th. When Ohtani isn't up here, Springer bats 4th. Baez bats 5th. That's how that kind of works. No DH. Springer bats fourth. Guerrero bats third. Baez 5. Schwarber 6. Okay, so that's our lineup. Tells is going to be up in the majors. Diaz is going to be sent back down. So it's going to be Rogers, Tells, Kirk, Simmons, Canna probably. And if we have room, Zimmer. Okay. So that is the offseason. We got crazy good. We have contract extensions to do. And I think we are going to do them right now. Arbitration for Glass now. There's no reason to do it. Arbitration for Ohtani. No reason to do it. See how Doolittle does. Same thing with Soria. Guerrero's in arbitration. Tells is in arbitration. Same thing with Biggio. Zimmer. We'll see what Zimmer does. I'm not sure. Gasco Hernandez is in arbitration. So everyone that I care about is in arbitration there. Aaron Judge, projected to be a free agent. Aaron Nola would be a good addition. Contreras, Joey Gallo, Jose Ramirez. Okay, so we do have that. I think we are good trade-wise. This offseason, man. Wow. Just wow. This is the franchise we want to have some fun with, and that's why I've made a lot of these. And we can have some fun. So I want efficiency better. This one out of the West. One out of the East. We already have one. It's not international. It's not great. It's not a discovery. The efficiency is terrible. I mean, this one international is probably the best one that we have. Although the one that's there is probably better. Next, we don't need pitchers, so honestly, Chen is better. This one out of the East. I need one that's better out of the West. So let's see what our budget is right now. Woo, that's a massive budget. That is a massive budget we have going on. But we are one of the better teams in the league right now. So let's look at top prospects. There's Passon on the top. Corey Lee, looks like he was dealt. Or he stayed with the Twins, one of the two. I think he starts on the Astros. Bobby DeWitt, that's why the Royals made a trade, but sent it Whit Merrifield, but I'm not sure about that one. He's not ready. We got Wood Richardson at 11. He's not ready. We're definitely going to see him, though, in the spring training. Wow. Looking through who would be up here. Chase Strumpf. Matthew Thompson, he slowly becomes one of the best prospects in the league over time, but the White Sox are stacked at pitching. Michael Busch. Corey Seager did leave. That's interesting there. Will Benson. Ji-Hwan Bae. For the Pirates, decent. Forrest Whitley. Cesar Asturias. Looks decent. Gabriel Moreno's down here. His hitting needs some work, which is why he's not going to be at the majors. Okay, so I would naturally end it here, but since we are this is a live stream and I'm going to do a cut of it, we're going to look at the guys in our division. So we need to go this way. Does Tampa Bay get better? They do add Alec Mills. Can I look at this from a pitching rotation standpoint? Yes, I can. So they do add Alec Mills. I'm not sure how much that's going to actually help them. Jeez. The Cubs gave him no support, but 22 quality starts. That could be an issue for us. You have Nick Anderson, who they kept. Kirby Yates, who we traded, I think, last year. He pitched decent. I mean, I just don't see how much better they really get here. Honestly. The Yanks, Garrett Cole, Severino, James Italian. Really they just let Kluber leave and Garcia becomes the number 5. He wasn't already. No, he was a bullpen arm last season. Looks like they had some injuries. I mean, hey, 6 quality starts. They're stacked. Domingo Herman. They have some guys that could be real bullpen arms, for sure. Long relievers. They also have Michael King. Biz Cayeno. Zach Britton. They had Chapman. Darren O'Day. This is going to be a rotation that's going to be very, very difficult. And Boston, wow. So look at this. You know this rotation that we had to worry about with the Yanks. Cole, Severino, Talion, Montgomery, Garcia. Montgomery is arguably probably... He's not the oldest, Garrett Cole is. But then you go over in Boston. They add Sale, they add Thor, Syndergaard. You get even better. Then they bring up Nelson, who didn't play last year, a long time Brewer. Evaldi, Garrett Richards, who's on the way down. Then they're going to have Wentz, who they signed. Kate, who's coming up. Walden, who's on the back end of his career. I mean, they're not obviously not as stacked as the Yankees, but these two, this is going to be difficult to deal with. And then we have the lowly Orioles, who are still building and rebuilding and figuring out their life. As you can see, a lot of pitchers up because they're trying to figure out who to bring in. Bruce Zimmerman's 27. Means is 28. Hernandez on the backside. So is Wade LeBlanc. So is Aiken. I mean, not great for the rotation. Oh, it's a Grapefruit League. Going with the lineups, we got better with Shohei Ohtani. 100% we got massively better with Ohtani. Looking at Tampa, adding Charlie Blackmon. Okay. Austin Meadows. I mean, they got better with Blackman. In the trade for Hayward, that makes him a lot better out in right field. So that's a couple big ones. They also have some guys coming through the farm system with Margot, Franco, who is 19 years old, Munoz, which he'll likely be dealt. He typically always is. We had a lot of good prospects coming through. Rujan. So that's the one thing. Yankees, Tommy Vargas, Urshela, Matthews, Voigt, Stanton, Hicks. This team is not fair. Not fair at all. You got Jason Dominguez, who's waiting. Woojin Park, who's waiting. Gardner, who's 38. So I mean, this team is gonna be good, like always. Then looking at Boston, Sterling Marte they added last season. I think they traded for him. Solak, Devers, Bogarts, Verdugo, High France from the Mariners. He in 59 games, 206 at bats, batted 277, so it's decent. Kiki's out here, play all over the field. Varva, Austin Hedges, Hunter Renfroe on the bench. This Boston's going to be forced to be reckoned with. Then you have again the lowly Orioles. Jones, 24 years old. Vope is 19. Trey Mancini is in the back end of his career. He might be a good player to trade for if we are competing. This team is very young. And it shows. However, that's a lot of potential with this team. They add in Josh Rojas. Very, very young team. That necessarily is not a bad thing. Some of the big signings, rotation-wise, because I do pay attention to that. Giolito, Lance Lynn, Rendon, Keuchel, Brent Anderson. The Sox have just gotten better. Cleveland adding Thornton doesn't make them better or worse. They add Joey Murray as well. So Murray and TJ Zouch. So that's interesting. Kind of going through, looking for anyone that kind of... The Twins. Playoff team, Jose Barrios, Kenta Maeda. Secretly coming up to be a very good pitching team. Houston, who made the playoffs. Not looking great at pitching, but... I mean, with Greinke as their worst overall, this is another good team. So the A's and the Angels. These are two teams that went different directions. I don't know why they gave up Shohei Ohtani. Maybe because they brought in Waka. But the A's adding Corey Kluber is the exact opposite of what the Angels did. And it definitely makes sense. At least for the A's, but I don't know what the Angels are doing. Look at the other playoff teams. Here's another one They let Syndergaard go. Maybe they just can't afford him. But they don't really bring... Well, they bring in Carlos Carrasco last season. This is why. Joey Luteshi. And Jordan Yamato. That's why they let him go. Perfect sense. Could we really see Aaron Nola going into the offseason? Probably not. Letting Scherzer go is another question mark that I had. They had Robbie Ray. Did we trade him? Yeah, we traded Robbie Ray over to him. And that's why. He went 4-17. 12 quality starts, but 4-17. Jeez. And that's why we dealt him. By comparison, I want to look at some other ones. Right click. I don't see anyone that are big. By comparison, Scherzer comes in, gives 20 quality starts, goes 13-11, 203 innings, 3.13, a 1.04 whip, one of his best seasons besides 2019. I mean, he was even better in 2018 and 2017. So that whip is constantly hovering around 1. His WAR was a 5.1 last season. Only gave up 2 walks per 9. Like, in 20 quality starts. One of his best seasons. And I think he can come through and give us some good stuff. By comparison, you had Ohtani come in. 32 starts, 5-12. 6.04 as 7 quality starts, but this is playing for an Angels team that's just didn't do great. And I don't think he didn't bat, or he did bat. 101 games, DH, 29 RBIs and 8 home runs. Nah, bro, we're gonna hit 35 home runs by the All-Star break. We're gonna pull a real Shohei Ohtani in real life, and we are gonna put up a 30 bagger before the All-Star break. Last now at 13, but we just need some run support. So that's kind of what the roster we're working with. Pretty easy of what we're going to go through in the season. Low key, JC Clooney. This Rule 5 draft pick is going to be great. And I'll tell you why. With the facts that Scherzer's at 37, and we have Ryu at 35, this comes in a guy that could play in the rotation, but also a guy that can come in if we have any injuries and play. We don't have to dig into our farm system, which also allows Batson, Woods Richardson, Logue, Pearson, and Avery to be at AAA and just play to their potential and grow a lot faster. We don't want to actually mess with their confidence to where they don't actually grow, which is one of the biggest things that we need to make sure, is the fact that they continue in their growth for the majors. Because what this really could be is we have 2 spots that open up, well, technically 1, because Clooney takes one of them, and it's a competition between Batson, Woods Richardson, or Logue at that point. Probably Logue steps in the rotation, and maybe by that time we make a trade. I mean, that is a big one to think about when it goes into pitching, is you need to be able to develop your talent, but not pull them up fast so they actually hurt. Bullpen is a work in progress, like always. But I'm feeling good with this. With Romano, with Dwyer is in here as 28 years old. Some younger guys matched with Soria and Doolittle that have had some closing experience. That's great. Roach at 27 years old, still growing. I think he's going to be a guy that plays pretty well. I mean, he had 27 saves, only 3 blown saves. So he didn't have a lot of save opportunities. A good ERA, good whip. I mean, this could be a good season for him. But we also have some guys down here that are going to end up in the bullpen later. Luis Calzado, Eloy Amada, who we got into a trade, which is going to be a good one. Joe Willard, who was up at the majors for a little bit, as a call-up, I think. So we have some good players that we can go around there. At catcher, really it's Marino getting better, Kirk getting better, Kyle Schwarber hitting, and Schwarber's, I need some power, but also the fact that I think with as we go into the season, this is a good tandem for our catcher. Guerrero at first with Tels. Tels can come in and play when he needs to. Biggio at second. Kobayashi is another guy who at a C is at his ceiling, likely, but I think he could actually come in and be better. We'll see what he can do at AAA. And then Tahito Yamashita, deep potential, so he's going to hover around where he is. But I think his potential could go up as we have him at... we might actually end up putting him at AA. Bitchette playing third. 87 overall. I mean, the guy is only getting better. What can I say? Brendan Rodgers behind him. Again, what can I say? Was injured last season when we traded for him from Colorado. Had some issues, but I think if he gets his strikeouts under control, starts hitting more consistently at 215, that he could be a guy that's... If we have any injury in the infield, I feel confident that we'll be good. Baez, all around Simmons. Simmons is going to be a guy that comes in and play a little DH when he needs to. Play a little DH when Ohtani is pitching, which I think is going to be the key. When Ohtani is pitching, all around Simmons is the DH. Because you can't have a pitcher be DH and batting in the American League. It's just not something you can get around and code in the game. So Simmons is really our DH, and if I think he could be great. Gurriel, he was a monster last year. 31 home runs, 107 RBIs. Guy was fantastic. And I do want to do a shout out for Maureen Willis, who in the chat in today's streaming here kind of pointed out I wasn't really thinking about Simmons, and then I thought, hey, Minnesota went to the playoffs. Simmons is a guy I've heard around the league multiple times before is a consistent batter. Then I looked at him, 17 home runs, 64 RBIs. That's fantastic. Springer, doing George Springer stuff. Bradley Zimmer, we brought him over from Cleveland, a guy that's could play out in the outfield, but I wasn't big on Diaz playing this early in his career. I think he needs some time, and plus bringing in Mark Canha, who can play all over the place, pretty much every single position. He was a spot starter last year, platoon guy. 86 games at 265 at-bats, 9 home runs, 25 RBIs, still batted at 245, which is about his average. Still pretty good. And then Hernandez. Hernandez, every day, right field. This team, batted great. Adding Javi Baez on an off year, and I don't know what it is, but Baez just has off years in the first year. I don't know what it is, but he just does. And the fact that he only batted 233 in 153 games and almost 600 at bats is concerning. 136 strikeouts. Still less than his strikeouts besides the World Season year. But World Series year, I think. Yeah, it's 2016. But really, other than 2020, which the entire team struggled, and Baez only played, that was the shortened season, so that's 59. He batted only 203. It's a bounce back season, so he bats better. But in more games, it's just, you can tend to get him pretty cheap the first season, which is the strangest thing. But that will be your off season. So the plan for this is to have a wrap up, quick episode one. That's going to do multiple things. So it's going to be one thing. We'll have a shortened version so you don't have to watch the live stream, which will help. Second one will be the fact that it can be the video that ends up over on Library. So kind of twofold. This was only on YouTube. Didn't stream this over on Twitch. Let's verify to make sure. Yep. So this was only on YouTube itself. This will be in the playlist. So if you want to watch the entire live stream over again, it's in here if you missed it. Other words, we're going to be playing some spring training probably in a couple days. Let's shoot for probably Monday or Tuesday. We'll do some spring training. We'll get through spring training in the live stream. So another 2-3 hour live stream, and then I'll make another cut video of some highlights, stuff like that. And then we roll into the season, year 2, kind of experimenting with this franchise and how I want to do it when it comes to the off season and the and spring training. And then we roll into Max Scherzer's first start, probably against the Yankees or Boston, because it's typically always a division game, and it's typically always how the AI can screw me the most. But that's going to be a big one. So it's going to be Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole, or at that point, Max Scherzer and Chris Sale. So I mean, 2 games that are very, very difficult. It'll probably be this one right here, Max Scherzer and Garrett Cole. And then we go into a Shohei Ohtani. We get the bat with Shohei Ohtani. And just to let you guys know, out of the DH that I've done with the Athletics franchise, that I eventually got him when it goes into the offseason. You'll see that because he becomes a free agent. That's about 5 episodes away. And we go into spring training, which isn't a big thing anyway. Spring training and batting with that beautiful swing with Ohtani is fantastic. And it is a joy, and it is going to be, it's going to be good coming in with Ohtani and being able to swing. So that'll be it for this live stream. Go ahead and watch out for that cut. I'm also going to do a video, even though a lot of you did see how to do it. I kind of roll through it very quickly. Is you see the starting pitchers here. Just as long as Ohtani is not the number one, you can have him as the DH. Obviously, the days that the pitcher bats and he's up, he'll be there. But if he's pitching that well, or if he's playing that well, maybe we put him out in the outfield, which would be hilarious. Ohtani out in right field. That would be great. Alright, guys. Hope you all enjoy it. I don't know if I'll be back later, but if you do, watch out for in the community section. And I'll see you guys in the next Toronto Blue Jays franchise episode. Later.